It takes only 7 days to reprogram your brain by Dr. Joe Dispenza. Most people wake up every morning already trapped in yesterday's problems, replaying the same emotional pain on repeat. But here's the crazy part. Those negative thoughts aren't even yours. They're your body's addiction to the past. And the only way out isn't motivation or willpower. It's actually reprogramming your subconscious through meditation. Let me show you exactly how. Remember, you are born spiritual. Most people wake up in the morning and start to think about their problems. Those problems are connected to certain memories, and those memories are connected to certain people and things. Your brain is like an old tape recorder that plays the same cassette back to you over and over every day. If your brain is the record of the past, then the moment you start your day, you are already thinking and living in the past. Each one of your memories has an emotion, and emotions are the final product of past experiences. So the moment you recall the memories of your problems, suddenly you feel unhappy, you feel sad, you feel pain. How you think and how you feel creates your state of being. In other words, it creates your character. If your entire state of being, when you start your day, is in the past, it means your past, sooner or later, will become your future. For example, something that happened yesterday made you angry. Today, you wake up and think about it, and you feel angry again. Keep doing this for 2 days, and people will think you're having a bad day. Keep doing it for 1 week, and people will think you're in a bad mood. If you continue long enough, soon anger will become part of your character. You will be known as someone who is always angry. As you can see, your thoughts have something to do with your destiny. This means, if you keep thinking in the past, you'll continue creating the same life, without even realizing it. The same life you don't even like. Here's how it usually happens. You wake up and grab your cell phone. You check your Instagram, check your WhatsApp, read a few emails or texts, and then you check the news. Now, you finally feel really connected to everything familiar in your life. After that, you go through a series of routine behaviors. You get out of bed on the same side, you go to the toilet, you get a cup of coffee in your favorite cup, you take a shower, you get dressed, and you take the same bus or drive to work the same way. Finally, you get to work, and you see the same people who push the same emotional buttons. When work is done, you hurry back home to do the same things all over again tomorrow. This becomes your routine, and routine works like a computer program. Now you've lost your free will to a program. It is no longer you who runs the show, but the subconscious program. 95% of who we are by the time we're 35 years old is a memorized set of behaviors, emotional reactions, unconscious habits, hardwired attitudes, beliefs, and perceptions that function like a program. You might say with your 5% conscious mind, I want to be healthy, I want to be happy, I want to be free. But the body is run by a different program. You're putting the 5% conscious mind against the subconscious mind, which is 95%. This is like putting an average skinny guy against an Olympic-level powerlifter in a weightlifting competition. No wonder you can't make changes and end up going back to the old program and creating the same life. So how do you begin to make changes? You have to get beyond the analytical mind, because what separates the conscious mind from the subconscious mind is the analytical mind. That's where meditation comes in. Through the practice of meditation, you can learn how to change your brain waves and slow them down. When you do this properly, you can enter the operating system where you can begin to make fundamental changes. Most people wait for a crisis, trauma, disease, or diagnosis before they start changing. Dr. Joe Dispenza's message is this: why wait for negative things to happen? You can learn and change in a state of pain and suffering, or you can learn and change in a state of joy and inspiration. Most people spend 70% of their lives living in survival mode. They live in stress, so they're always anticipating the worst-case scenario based on past experiences. They literally choose negative things out of the infinite potential in the quantum field. They're selecting the worst possible outcome. This is like looking at a menu with an endless amount of food and drinks and choosing the worst possible option. Here's how it happens. Every time you recall a negative event, you produce the same chemistry in your brain and body as if the event is occurring again. You're sending the same emotional signals to the body. Your body is your unconscious mind, in a sense. Your body doesn't know the difference. Your body thinks the event is actually happening right now. Most people are constantly recreating their negative emotional states by constantly thinking about them. So when it comes time to give up that negative emotion, they might say, "I really want to change." But the problem is that the body is stronger than the mind. The body has been conditioned for years to negative emotions. The body was once a servant, but now it has become the master. Suddenly, when you decide to change and step into the unknown, the body doesn't like it. The body would rather feel guilt and suffering because it's familiar and predictable. Being in the unknown is a scary place for the body. If you're enjoying this video, please take a moment to subscribe. This is a new channel, and I'm very close to getting monetized. Thanks for your support. Now back to the episode. Entering into the unknown is like stepping into a deep river. The body knows if you succeed in reaching the other side of the river, it will die. It will do anything it can to stop you. This is why the moment you start meditating, suddenly your nose starts itching. You remember an important task you had to do, and out of nowhere, you recall a memory from 20 years ago. This is your body saying, "Come on, just give up, and let's go back to our old miserable life." The body has many tools, and will use every single one of them to stop you from entering the unknown. Yet, the unknown is the best place to create your future. The easiest way to enter the unknown is through meditation. Once you're in a deep meditative state, you can start creating your future. What kind of new life do you want? What behaviors do you want to demonstrate? What kind of person do you want to be? The act of mentally closing your eyes and rehearsing the behaviors you want in your life is the best way to create your future. If you're truly present, the brain doesn't know the difference between imagination and real-life experience. Through imagination, you're installing the software programs of your future life. Now your brain is no longer a record of the past. It's a map to the future. If you keep doing this, who knows? You might just start acting like a happy person. The hardest part is teaching your body emotionally what the future will feel like ahead of the actual experience. Simply imagining it isn't enough. You need to emotionally feel it in your body. If thoughts are the language of the brain, feelings are the language of the body. It is through feelings and emotions that your body understands what your mind is telling it. If you don't feel anything, then it means your body isn't receiving the signal. It's like having your internet modem working, but you can't connect because you've turned off the Wi-Fi on your phone. The moment you start feeling the emotions of your thoughts, you're connected to the internet, and you can start downloading your future life. Do you know what this means? This means you no longer need to wait for your success to happen in order to feel successful. You don't need to wait for wealth to feel abundant. You don't need to wait for a new relationship to feel love. According to the quantum model of reality, the moment you start feeling abundant and worthy, you're generating wealth. The moment you start feeling it, you're beginning to step toward your future. This means you're becoming the creator of your future. You're no longer living as a victim, saying things like, "I'm this way because of this person, or that person, or this experience." Unfortunately, many people today are victims of their own negative thoughts from the past. Most people don't realize this, but here's the thing about thoughts. Just because you have a thought doesn't mean it's true. Let me repeat that. Just because you have a thought doesn't mean you should act on it. On average, you think between 60,000 to 70,000 thoughts a day. 90% of those thoughts are the same as the day before. If your thoughts have something to do with your destiny, then your life isn't going to change much, because the same thought leads to the same choices. The same choice leads to the same behavior. The same behavior creates the same experience, and the same experience produces the same emotion. This is why it's important to meditate, so you can become more aware of how you think, act, and feel. The more conscious you are, the less likely an unwanted thought will slip by your awareness unchecked. The word meditation means to become familiar with. As you become familiar with the thoughts, behaviors, and emotions of the old self, you no longer let them influence you. Instead, you start thinking new thoughts and condition the body into a new emotional state. If you do it long enough, this new emotional state becomes familiar to you. Creating a new self is like creating a new garden. First, you've got to get rid of the weeds and the rocks. Then, you need to pull out last year's plants and prepare the soil. Only after that can you start planting. Meditation works the same way. You're preparing the garden, and it's not an easy job. Training your body to sit down and meditate is like training a wild animal or a dog. You say, "Sit down and wait here," but it runs away, so you catch it and bring it back. But of course, it runs away again, and you have to catch it and bring it back again. The moment you start a meditation, the body says, "Hey, it's 8 o'clock. You normally read emails and get angry around this time, but here you are sitting and doing nothing. You're off schedule. What is going on? For years we have been angry together around this time, but all of a sudden, you're going to change just like that." So the body starts sending signals. The body is basically looking for that predictable chemical state, and it doesn't care that it's a toxic state. Every time you become aware of what your body is doing and bring attention to the present moment, you're telling the body it's no longer the mind, and you are the mind. Now your will is getting greater than the program. And if you keep doing this over and over again, just like a trained dog, the body will sit down and obey. The moment the body surrenders, there's a liberation of energy. You go from particle to wave, from matter to energy, and you free yourself from the chains of those emotions that keep you in the familiar past. If you do this for just 7 days, you will already start seeing differences in your life. You will start catching yourself more often and avoid going back to the old unhappy self. Of course, you need to repeat this process long enough until your future reality becomes your current reality. Remember, you are born spiritual. Conclusion and summary. Here are the top 5 key takeaways from this video. Just write these down and see how your life changes. Number 1. Every morning, your brain replays memories and problems from the past, causing you to relive negative emotions and trapping you in a repetitive cycle. Number 2. Repeating negative emotions consistently shapes your character and eventually determines your future, making you feel stuck in an unhappy life. Number 3. 95% of your daily actions and emotions are controlled subconsciously, making conscious change challenging unless you address subconscious patterns directly. Number 4. Meditation is the most effective tool to reprogram your subconscious mind, allowing you to break free from past habits and enter the unknown to create your desired future. Number 5. Emotionally. Feeling your desired future through meditation rewires your brain, letting your body experience success, happiness, or abundance before it actually happens, thus transforming your reality. If you want to stop reliving your past and truly change your life, you must break free from your subconscious programming. Meditation helps you create a new future by teaching your body to emotionally experience success ahead of time. Commit to this practice, and soon you'll move from living as a victim of past circumstances to actively creating the life you've always wanted. If you're feeling inspired right now and want more quick, powerful doses of motivation every day, I've got you covered. I've linked an info card right here at the top. Just click it and check out my daily motivation playlist. Every video is short, easy to watch, and packed with motivation and valuable lessons to help you grow. Go ahead, click the card, and let's keep the momentum going. Please watch the video I've linked here for you next. Remember to subscribe, like this video, and comment below if you have any questions. Also, don't forget to share this video with someone who might benefit from it.